Hi guys. So okay guys, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to pop it right in here on Instagram as well as on Facebook. And today we'll talk about digital marketing. And if you guys have anything you want to grow your business or anything at all, right, feel free to ask.
Sorry, so antisocial. I'm actually sharing this on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it has been really exciting for 2020 is coming soon.
Oh man, too soon.
Yeah, too soon. So
too freaking soon.
So what are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new decade.
It's a
new decade. It's scary. Time has flown too fast. I don't know. I feel like 2019 has barely begun.
Yeah. So just a brief introduction about both of us. So Xinch, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Xinch. I am the head of marketing at a B2B SaaS startup called StoreHub. I am also the digital marketing quantum degree instructor here at NEXT Academy.
And not just that, right? Even before StoreHub, she's kind of like a CMO on demand of sorts, right? Right. Yeah. And then Xinch actually consults a lot of companies in the region as well. So she has definitely a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, a lot of expertise. I'm just going to sell you.
Well, right? Thank you.
So you know what? You can ask her a lot of tough questions. Ask her, right? Okay. And so hi guys, I'm Audrey, CEO of NEXT Academy. And yeah, so aside from, doing the day-to-day taking care of, NEXT Academy, I do a lot of digital marketing as well. And it's very enjoyable. Sometimes you just feel like killing some of those devices. Yes. And
you mean when Facebook ads, the platform stops working?
Oh my goodness.
Manager freezes, oh shit, I can't launch an ad?
Yeah, those things are annoying and very scary. And things changes so fast, right?
Yeah.
It's just like beginning of last year and today, you see the amount of technology that comes in, the amount of news that just pops up, and you really wonder, how is marketing?
Google had 3 major updates this year alone.
Yeah.
User experience for Facebook Ads Manager has changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
A lot of things have changed from January till now, not even December.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, let's just start off with some of the questions. Carl Hans asked, what is the scope for digital marketing?
That's a pretty broad question.
Yeah.
Do you have any context to provide, scope from the perspective of, business development? So I'm a marketer, right? So I see digital marketing in pretty much every part of any business.
Yeah.
So to someone like me, the scope is really wide. I also believe in cradle to grave marketing. This means marketing even before from the moment someone hears about your brand and your product, all the way till someone churns out or renews. So for me, the scope for B2B SaaS would be all the way until churn and even post-churn.
Yeah.
And in some e-commerce businesses, it would go all the way to a rebuy and so on. So, but if you've got a more specific question, happy to deal with that as well.
Yeah, I think this question is really similar to what Yana Abubakar is asking. What is digital marketing? So I guess in a way, a lot of people don't really have a lot of exposure to it. They kind of know what it is, right? But they don't exactly understand what it can do, right? So what are your thoughts?
I think to me, digital marketing is simply just marketing. It's just on digital channels. That's what it is. And the reality is that most of our lives exist on all these devices today, and they're all digital. So digital marketing is essentially that. And I think why it's seen such a huge resurgence compared to traditional marketing is digital marketing, unlike billboard ads, unlike newspaper, radio, gives you the ability to really, really target and actually calculate a return on ad spend. Well, ROI, return on investment on your advertising spend, or any of your efforts, basically.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's kind of taken the entire industry in the world by storm.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the first few ways to do that.
Recently I read this very interesting article. It's about the first, when Google first came about. So I can't remember all the names, but the person who invented Google, what's his name? Larry, right? Larry Page and
Sergey Brin.
And Sergey Brin. So they actually went up to the advertising guru or the advertising guy who actually sells 20 over billion worth of advertising, through billboards and stuff like this to everyone. And these people go up to him and said, we are going to be revolutionizing digital marketing as a whole. And you're like, how are you doing it? He said, you know what, with this new, back then, right, that was back then, with Google or whatnot, with this new technology, we are able to track all the way down, not just, track if they've seen the ad, we can track what they are doing, on the website. We can even track if they actually buy something, if the person's seen that ad and bought something. And this guy, I can't remember his name again, this advertising, guru of sorts, or basically he is very well respected in the advertising world. He was like, that's just magic, that is impossible. And for him, he was astonished, because back then, traditional advertising, you can have billboards and stuff like this, but you can't really tell if someone's seen a billboard and actually bought something. So that is why when he saw that, he said that this is going to be threatening traditional advertising as a whole. And in a way, what I'm trying to say is that this is the power of digital marketing.
But let me put another perspective here for traditional marketing, like billboards and all that. I think technology has evolved to a point where we actually now have physical devices that can actually track all of these things. China has got cameras that can do demographic analysis.
Exactly.
So soon enough, like China, like cameras coming out, China hardware, you can put that on billboards to see how many people actually looked at your billboards. So I think what we're going to be seeing, not just, I don't think in 2020 is too soon, but in the next decade is a convergence of traditional, classically traditional and digital. And no one is better than the other. It's more like, how can we use technology to kind of get the same impact for what is traditionally offline.
Definitely very excited to see what they are going to be doing. Like, I know China is really leading in many ways.
I mean, pretty soon, right? All of our traffic lights in Southeast Asia will have China-made cameras. It's only a matter of time before someone sells this to advertisers.
It's just a matter of time. All right. So I hope that answers your question, Yana, and Carl as well. In the meantime, I have another question here by Yeshua. Yeshua asks, can a digital marketing manager with digital marketing background lead a marketing team for a firm and oversee all other aspects of marketing?
That's like me. So Joshua, right? That's like me. I'm a pure digital marketing background. I actually mainly digital marketing. I've never done any traditional marketing in my life. But recently, as the head of marketing at StoreHub, I have been forced to put in a position where I've had to learn how to also work with offline channels as well, and how do I utilize that? It's possible. You just kind of apply a lot of online principles to it and the way you want to track. The good thing about coming from a digital background is that you're super used to metrics. Click-through rates, return on ad spends, impressions. And if you come from a position where you don't necessarily have a ton of money to spend on a billboard, because billboards can cost up to 6 figures. You learn how to kind of do things in a less straightforward manner and really think about return on ad spend.
Nice.
It's possible.
Hope that answers your questions, Yashua. Okay, Harin Pasi asks, the biggest challenge in digital marketing is digital detox. So from your side, how do you tackle this situation?
I asked how many people actually truly 100% digital detox 24/7 for the entire year?
Not so.
Nobody.
You probably put on some ad blockers, but then no one is going to stay away from their phones, right?
No.
So for me, I've been trying to fast. I've been trying to fast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I was not supposed to touch any form of Facebook.
Please, you run a company.
And
you run a company. There's no way you can do 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. no phone.
Exactly.
That does not exist.
It was very tough. It was very tough. So I don't think that is really possible. So I think when you say digital detox, probably people will probably detox 1 or 2 days, right? And that's about it. But there are people who are very concerned about their privacy, and but I don't think it's happening much in Asia. Asians, they're probably just gonna take my information away.
I mean, Asians are cheap, man. You ask for your grandmother's name and they'll say, sure, what do I get from it?
Exactly.
But okay, so I mean, a lot of people ask us that question when we used to run classes. I think it's the most popular question we get asked. 2 parts to this. One is ad blockers. The other one is people wanting to go off social media and all that. At the moment, it's a very small percentage of people, and those getting off Facebook just move to another platform. So so maybe in 10 years, Facebook won't be the hot platform to advertise on. It's fine. But more importantly, Facebook doesn't just own like Facebook. Facebook owns WhatsApp. Facebook owns Instagram. Facebook also has their pixel on pretty much like hundreds of sites everywhere. There's something called Audience Network. You can run, but you can't really hide from Facebook and Google.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the other question here by Christopher Chong. If I'm providing services and I'm already advertising on Facebook posts to reach more people, which does bring in leads on and off, I also advertise on Google Ads, is there any platform for me to do marketing to drive traffic to my website and also get inquiries? Is it advisable to engage someone to do SEO for my website?
So these are two separate questions, right? So the first bit is, are there any other platforms to do marketing? Yeah, of course, there are a ton. The question is if it works for your business or not.
Yeah.
So many. Like you can do affiliate marketing, you can do you can market on Instagram.
Yeah.
You could do I actually know like a hijab seller who does a lot of Telegram marketing.
Yeah.
Really, really brilliantly. Twitter and Telegram marketing. There are very many channels. Kind of depends on your business. And should you engage someone to do SEO for a website? If the question is, should you optimize your website for search engines? The answer is yes. If the question is, should you pay someone to do it? That'll be up to you. Because it would depend on do you have internal knowledge to do it? If you don't, are you able to evaluate someone? If not, you can just, sign up for digital marketing quantum degree course.
Yeah, and she has a lot to share on the digital marketing quantum degree course. So
not just SEO, but
not just SEO. That's the best part.
Have to plug a bit. But honestly, search engine optimization is really important. And worst case scenario, if you don't want to do it on your website, at least optimize your Google My Business profile.
Yeah. I think one very key thing here is that you probably, digital marketing is really broad. There are all sorts of stuff in there, right? It's not just paid advertising. It's not just SEO. There are so many more things. And, you may want to do everything yourself, or you may not have time to do it and you want someone else to do it. I think regardless what you yourself need to have a certain level of understanding as well. So do come for our digital marketing quantum degree, right? Do come and do sign up, and you know what? You get to see us as well.
So Carl asks again, how can I drive digital traffic to my site immediately? By ads.
Yeah.
You want immediate, like right now, buy ads.
Yeah, it's all about money.
Pay for it.
You pay for it, you get what you need, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No. So we can scroll down. I think one of the cons to doing digital marketing internationally. Wait,
cons in?
Do you mean doing like digital ads for an international market, or do you mean having someone overseas run your ads for Malaysia, or do you mean maybe Sina? I think Sina Ng asked that question. Yeah. If you could elaborate on it a little bit more, we can answer it more accurately. We can get back to that when you elaborate.
Okay, so why not we go on to this one? So Hito asked how to improve on video marketing. How do you set keywords in video tag for SEO purposes? So I'm guessing this is on YouTube.
Yeah. This if you're looking at SEO, it's likely to be YouTube. So very basic stuff. Keywords you look at. I do a lot of keyword research, and some topics are really best done on a video, not just written. And Facebook, Google is really heavily promoting video nowadays on YouTube. So I feel like the same SEO principles apply. You use the keyword in the title, use it in the description, use it in the keywords tagging of your SEO, or YouTube. In YouTube, it's been a long day and saying everything wrong right now. And the same principles apply. Traditionally, though, what does work very well for YouTube are how-to videos. How to boil an egg, how to saute something. I don't know. I was thinking about food. But and when you say how to improve on video marketing, for me, it's very simple. Go back to your customer. What kind of videos do your customers like to watch? I'll paint you an example. At StoreHub, we are in multiple markets. And videos that work well in Malaysia don't necessarily work well in Thailand at all. Having to understand the culture aesthetic. So here we're really used to social videos. You know those crazy videos you see on says.com or what MGag. Like, so we like the funny stuff. Like in Thailand, they're not huge fans of the funny stuff. They actually prefer the emotional shit. Don't can say shit. No. The emotional stuff, or cute. They also really like cute. Slapstick is not something that generally does well there. But slapstick does really well here. And like in the Philippines, for instance, they like the cheesy stuff. Like there's someone photoshopped a photo of Manny Pacquiao like punching another boxer, except that Manny Pacquiao's face was a StoreHub post.
Nice.
So the cheesy stuff kind of works in the Philippines. So you want to figure out what your segment enjoys. And honestly, to me, video is content, and content marketing is all about going back to what your customer wants to see.
Okay, so I think, there is quite a lot of questions coming in from here, and here. So let me just... Okay, so Cassius asks, what's the future of digital marketing in 5 years' time?
Ooh, it's so scary.
Yeah, in 5 years. It's so hard to predict.
That's really hard, man. Like, okay, I'll be honest. 5 years is really, really tough. I actually think that digital marketing will no longer be called digital marketing in 5 years. That's true. It's just marketing. Right? It's just a convergence of everything. And I think digital, it's just going to be marketing. That's what it's going to be. I mean, we've been calling it digital marketing for the last 10 years. I think in a couple of years, it's going to die out. As our devices get better, I can't talk about marketing per se, but I can talk about how our devices are going to get better. How certain things like VR, AI going to really, really take over the world. And that's all going to influence marketing. So I think like a person's job back then, I would have to have someone spend maybe a few hours figuring out which keywords to bid on, figuring out like audience targeting, moving budgets around. 5 years time, I don't think that's going to be necessary.
I think probably a lot of those things will be automated.
Today, it's already not very necessary. Campaign budget optimization on Facebook is so efficient that I just have to tell Facebook how much I want to spend on a campaign.
And then they help you make all the decisions.
And it makes all the decisions for you. The one thing that's not going to change though is that at the moment, they do still need ideators. You still need people to write emails and write copy. So it's almost as if the softer side of marketing is going to see a resurgence in 5 years. The more creative part of marketing, creating graphics, writing copy, creating content, really, really adding value. In the next 5 years, that's going to definitely see a bigger resurgence.
I think that is very much aligned to the world in general, right? We are talking about tech, and we are always talking about, how tech is going to be automating things and what kind of jobs will be there in the future. And in fact, if you actually look at it, jobs are very, very repetitive. The computer, the programs can do it for you. AI can do it for you. But the softer side of things, like the one that requires people or interpersonal relationship, that's the one that that will stay, right?
I mean, someone here just asked, right? Like I think someone asked about messenger marketing. I can't remember where I saw it. Okay, I saw someone ask about Kawai. Hey Kawai.
Hi Kawai.
Do you think messenger marketing is the next big thing? I don't know if messenger marketing will be the next big thing, but communicating with customers better, like writing better copy, writing better, just being more genuine with connection. I think that is the next big thing. I'm not sure what's going to deliver it. The reality is that messengers as a platform, well, there's too many platforms. It's a very fragmented platform. Facebook Messenger is generally very popular, but you've also got WhatsApp, but WhatsApp's only used in Malaysia and Indonesia really, really well. So it's going to be very, very fragmented. But the psychology of how you do email marketing, to me, actually applies to chat messaging. And that's going to be the future next couple of years, I think.
Okay, there is, let's just grab this question. Felix Lee. So Felix asks, what do you think about LinkedIn? What are your thoughts on LinkedIn?
My thoughts on LinkedIn is LinkedIn advertising is very expensive.
Yes, exactly.
So if you find a way to make it work for you for like a content level, and to really engage and build a brand on LinkedIn, go for it. But LinkedIn advertising is particularly pricey. I've looked into it actually quite recently again, because we're B2B, but it's quite pricey. I think Bob, Audrey, you do this pretty well as well, like very active on LinkedIn. I'm trying as well, but I think
It's a lot of work.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
LinkedIn's algorithm is not nearly as restrictive as Facebook's at the moment. So you do still see a lot of like people you don't follow, people you don't share on your feed. Facebook's algorithm is a lot more restrictive. So visibility on LinkedIn is still really, really high. Provided you follow the right keywords, you tag the right people, it is still possible. But I would suggest using LinkedIn to build a personal brand or the brand of your company instead of advertising on LinkedIn. Unless you got a lot of money, then go for it.
Yeah. I think one key thing also, you probably need to think about who would be on LinkedIn, right? Job seekers will be on LinkedIn. A lot of recruiters will be on LinkedIn. So those are the ones. Like, for example, I guess if a restaurant owner will be on LinkedIn, I'm not very sure. I don't think
No. So restaurant owners aren't on LinkedIn for us. Like, so StoreHub's like LinkedIn strategy is actually quite focused on brand building in addition to employer brand building.
Yeah.
So for hiring, because I mean, your auntie who runs a chap fun store downstairs is not going to be on LinkedIn, and even the dude who makes the hipster coffee at the cafe near you is probably not going to be on LinkedIn either.
Yeah. So I think one key thing is really understand, your demographic.
A great sales channel though.
Yeah.
For sales, B2B sales.
B2B sales. All right. So the next one by Chi Go. How do you create a powerful Facebook ad for 2020?
Wow, why you pick the difficult ones? You want to get that one?
It's actually, when you say powerful Facebook ad, honestly speaking, the only way you can go about this is just experimenting, right? And one good thing about Facebook right now, just like what Xinch said, she said that, there is CBO, so campaign budget optimization. Basically, just what you can do is just create creatives, and just create not just one, but create a bunch of them and let Facebook determine which one actually works for you. Because nowadays, you cannot just hope, to create one and hope that the one works. You cannot spend your whole entire month thinking about one campaign and hoping that it works. It doesn't work that way. You don't know. And there are so many different demographics out there. The best way is to create multiple, let Facebook run it, and let Facebook tell you which one works.
I mean, Facebook themselves advise the best campaign structure right now is like one campaign has 3 to 5 ad sets, and each ad set has 3 to 5 ads running. A big part of it is because that's enough data for Facebook Facebook's bidding algorithm to do the work. So there's no such thing as a one powerful Facebook ad, and there's also no such thing as one ad that works across all industries.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's kind of what works for you. Like something that didn't really work for us a year and a half ago suddenly working.
Yeah.
And something that used to work for us stopped working as well. So
things change, people change, everything changes.
Sienna actually followed up overseas consumers to engage with our online businesses. Sienna earlier asked is what are the cons for doing digital marketing internationally? And in this case, she means like getting international buyers for what I'm assuming is an e-commerce business.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I used to do that a lot, right? Actually, I think there are very few cons. I think there are a few cons because the ringgit is so weak. If you can get someone who can spend in US dollars, you should totally do it.
Well, you need to make sure that your product is actually worth it, right? To sell abroad.
I mean, all things, let's say I assume your product is great, there's huge market demand for it. If you're asking for what the cons are, I think being able to understand your user, that a user or a potential customer, and the avatar of that customer when you are not submerged in that culture would be, it's not a con, but it would be the biggest challenge. Like, are you selling, I used to sell this weird stuff, like crystal healing products to like 50-year-old American women living in Colorado or some shit like that. And it was interesting, but having to kind of enter the mind of a 45-year-old woman living in Colorado looking for crystals was probably the most challenging bit.
That's interesting.
I feel like there are a lot of upsides. A lot of my friends have built businesses out of selling to non-Malaysians because they can charge in US dollars and they operate out of Malaysia. So if you have a great idea, got a good product, you should totally go for it.
Yeah, I think the only thing I could think of is pay attention to your margins, right? The margins is really crucial because when you're advertising abroad, for example, if you're advertising to the US, it's not going to be as cheap as Malaysia. That's one key thing, right? So your margin really, really plays a very big role. You could actually bring up your price when you're selling it to the States and they're willing to pay. They're definitely more willing to pay. All right, so there are quite a number of questions. Why don't you pick the next one?
Okay, Saiful asked this question. He's the Pengerusi Majlis Politik Nasional. How will the new trend of digital marketing affect free email marketing? And is email marketing still relevant in 2020? So I actually like that question a lot because it's very frequently asked. At the same time, I'm still a big believer of email marketing. So I think everyone who knows me knows that I'm a huge believer in email marketing, but I think it depends on for what. And email is a channel that is still going to be relevant for now. All of us have email addresses. Every single one of us. We have an email address, we have a phone number. That's like a given. There are some people who don't have a Facebook account. Some people who don't have an Instagram account. But every single one of us has email. And every single one of us, what are we used to receiving? Promotions in our email. Freaking like 11/11 sale. You should have seen the sheer number of emails I received in that 1 week span. So yes, it is still relevant, but it really depends on your industry. Some target audiences don't pick out email. So if you're targeting 18 and below, and you're telling me, then perhaps not. But if you're targeting a working adult, mid-20s all the way up to 40s, email is still incredibly relevant because email is part and parcel of our daily life, right? As a young working adult. But will it shift beyond 2020? Possibly. I think we're moving more in the direction of conversations happening off email. Is there still a space for email? Yes. But email itself has to change and has to evolve. I think one of the reasons why we keep feeling like email marketing is dying is because we are so used to receiving so much spam in our emails. And the reason why we've moved towards chats because there's a lot less noise. But the way to differentiate for email marketing is to actually really see emails where you're delivering value, not just, hey, I got actually in some cases promotion also value or like buy me, or this is all about me, but it really has to be all about your consumer. You got any input for email marketing?
I think whatever you say is right? Like it really depends on who, right? Like 18, that's what you say, 18 years old and below. Actually, in fact, 21 and below, right? They don't even read emails these days. But the moment when they start working and if their workplace requires them to actually have an email address, then they are trained to actually start looking into emails. So I think that is absolutely right. One key thing also that these days people have multiple emails. So you got fake email addresses,
for stuff to go on, the real email addresses.
So I actually did ask the students once. I say, how many email addresses do you guys have? And on average, three different emails, right? One for personal stuff, one for professional, and one for all the e-commerce related stuff, right? So things are like this. And I mean, we just need to understand that there are this sort of stuff that's happening out there. So the question really remains is your stuff giving value? And if your stuff is giving value, then where would they place your so-called your newsletter and everything? Which email would they place it to? So it's really the perception of whatever you're providing them.
But I'll give you an example. When I sign up for like digital marketing, like tips, tricks, or resources or newsletters, I don't give my fake email. Because I actually want to read that. I do want to see what it's like. But if I'm signing up for something to get like a free sample of something else, like I don't know, sign up for a face cream, I want a free sample. The fake email address, guys, that's what I use. So the question is your lead magnet strong enough, and can you deliver on your lead magnet in a consistent fashion so that you are not relegated to the spam inbox?
All right, so what did you choose next? So we have plenty.
Actually.
Okay, so Harun asks, I think many people today confuse the terminology on digital marketing. So can you guys explain about what is digital marketing, social media marketing, internet marketing, search engine marketing?
Actually, he's right. A lot of people confuse the terms.
Yeah.
So Haran, you are absolutely right. It's very confusing. To me, digital and internet marketing are the same.
Mhm.
To me, anyway. Maybe you have another definition.
I think they're pretty much the same, but then I think for internet marketing, people kind of have this what's it called? Stereotype.
The
behind
old
it,
school
the
red
old school-
arrow, yellow button kind
Yeah.
of thing. You mean my roots?
Yeah, your roots, right? So some people, when they say internet marketing, they have a little bit of a different perception, but essentially they are actually pretty much the same.
They are. It's actually pretty much the same. And they're kind of umbrella terms for everything that's going to come after, like social media marketing. Social media marketing is marketing on social media channels like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and so on and so forth. Anything that's classified as social media channel is social media marketing. Search engine marketing is, to me, paid search.
Yep.
Yeah. So this means it is Google ads, Bing ads, or I don't know what other search engines there are today. Search engine marketing is marketing, paying paid search. That's what it is.
So
Okay, you pick the next one.
So I think everything that you see there, search engine marketing, social media marketing, it's all under digital marketing and internet marketing.
It's the umbrella.
Yeah, it's under umbrella. I have one over here. HC Wong asks, has Facebook changed its algorithm to make Facebook less reachable to the target audience?
No. Why would Facebook do that ever? I think like we all need to think about things from Facebook or Google's perspective. More relevant ads helps Facebook because it keeps users engaged and it keeps advertisers paying. So it's good business to show relevant advertising. Facebook's algorithm is not designed to not reach your target audience. It is designed, however, to not reach all of your target audience. Because money. And they kind of want you to spend more. That's what it is. So if that's like if your concern is that your ads, Facebook is not showing your ad to your target audience, I urge you to go relook your interest targeting.
Yeah.
Once more.
Yeah. And not just that, you probably also want to look into the seasons, right? For example, the 11/11 season or the 12/12 season.
Oh my God.
Everyone is competing.
Freaking hell, so expensive.
Right? It becomes expensive. Yeah.
Super pricey.
Yeah.
I think the week before 11/11 and the 5 days after 11/11, which just ended, was so expensive for us. Like we had to bid a bit less and just take the slump just to survive.
But
11/11.
just for a few days, right?
No, it's actually started maybe about
two
2
weeks.
weeks. In startup life, 2 weeks is forever.
And then 12/12 is coming.
I know. After 12/12 it's Christmas. After Christmas is New Year's, and then it's Chinese New Year. This is expensive season. So for e-commerce, paid social, this is the most expensive season of the year, guys. So beware.
Okay, the next one. What did you choose it now?
Okay. Clearly we're like trying to figure. I should have used a pen.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't use that. Okay, let's. Oh, Carl, great video. Yay, thanks, Carl. Hi, Carl.
Hi, Carl.
Kawai actually said just follow up to the LinkedIn question. LinkedIn is a very good platform to reach big people from big companies, and it's easier to pitch for brand partnerships by reaching the right people.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That is correct. Will you guys consider doing courses for China marketing platform like Weibo, WeChat?
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm looking into it actually, truth to be told, right? So it will take a bit of time. Right?
Banana.
It will take a bit of time, and when I have more information, I will definitely get back to you guys on this whole China marketing thing. I'm very excited about it. It's definitely a very interesting place altogether. Right?
Yeah, like I actually have a really good friend who sells like a collagen-based product, and WeChat is her primary marketing channel. She manages like I don't know a few thousand WeChat influencers.
Oh wow.
Reselling product in Malaysia, northern region, all Chinese speaking. It's actually quite amazing.
So wait, so she is selling the products here?
Yes, she's Malaysian. She created a product and she's selling through WeChat to Malaysians.
Nice.
Managing thousands of WeChat influencers on WeChat. I thought it was pretty brilliant. Still very basic marketing principles, but the channel differs quite a lot, so it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yay! Lin Lei Keng said, "This is good. I'm learning something new."
Yeah, if you want to learn more, do check out Digital Marketing Quantum Degree, right? That's happening on the 9th of December. On 2nd Jan, if you want the on-site one, you can come for the 2nd Jan one as well.
9 Jan. Okay, sorry, we have to unplug a bit. What time is it now?
It's about
33 minutes.
Okay, so
All
we'll
right.
probably have another 15.
Okay, we have enough.
Yeah.
We can do a couple more questions.
Yeah.
So we've done this. Sorry, we are like so slow at this, right? Someone asked, Facebook or Instagram, which is more popular in Malaysia and why? Second question, this Alicia Sandra. I like how you snuck 2 questions into one. Organic or paid ads, which is the future? I'll do the Facebook, Instagram.
Okay, and I'll
first.
do the second one.
Yeah. Which is more popular in Malaysia, depending on which one your target audience is. If you're looking at absolute user base, then obviously Facebook has more installs and a larger user base compared to Instagram. But you're looking at different demographics as well. For instance, I think 30 and under is generally a lot more active on Instagram than the 30 and above.
Oh my goodness, Lisa.
We laugh, right? Because we now sit in the other bucket of 30 and above.
How sad.
So yeah, we reveal our age. But yeah, so I feel so Gen Z. I lost track of like millennials are more active on Instagram for sure. So it really depends. Like my mom uses Instagram for one purpose and one purpose only.
Which is
stalk people.
look at pretty girls, handsome boys lah.
Stalk my cousins, my brother, that kind of thing. But they're way more active on Facebook. So it really depends on where your target audience is. Question 2, organic or paid ads?
Okay, so the way I look at it is this, right? People wanting to be happy. So do you want to take drugs to be happy? Or do you want to, go the healthy lifestyle, find my purpose in life, sort to be happy, right?
Why are you talking about drugs?
So paid ads is like drugs, right? The moment you give money and then everything just comes up right in, right? But the moment you stop paying money, everything just goes away. But if you do organic, you're like building it, for long-term purposes. And then it's like, every day, it's like thinking about us human beings, finding our, purpose in life.
Oh my
and so
goodness,
on.
Audrey.
And
how
then
did this become a philosophical existential question?
It's the same. It's all about, when it comes to organic, you're pretty much building yourself for the long term. But when it comes to paid, I mean, it's nice lah, you pay money as well lah. Give all your money away, right? You get instantaneous results.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification if it works. So yeah.
You asked which is the future? Both. If you're asking which is the future on like Facebook, I'd say paid. Mainly because Facebook's a business. Their job is to get you to spend more money, not less money. And organic reach is just dropping and dropping and dropping. I think month after month, year after year. So paid. But if you're talking about things like SEO, content marketing and all that, then yeah, that's very, very heavily organic. You need both.
So I think there's one really interesting one. Then
I saw the words North Korea.
Yeah, I saw the word North Korea as well. Suppose someone living in North Korea would like to use social media channels, right, and Twitter to connect with like-minded people without government officials finding out. What if the state threatens legal action or violence against Twitter employees? Would social media channels give up their users?
I don't think we're the right people to answer this question.
I don't think.
Firstly, we don't work for Twitter. We don't work for Facebook. That's really hard to say.
Yeah.
Would social media channels give up their users? I don't know, man. At the end of the day, they're businesses. Yeah.
I mean, you think about China, right? Like Google didn't want censorship, and they actually kind of left the market completely. Yeah. So it really depends. So you can't really
it's super interesting. If there's anybody in the comments who actually knows the answer to this, you should comment the answer and we'll read it out for everyone.
Okay, so Carl asked, to TikTok or not to TikTok?
This Oxford grads, I like to ask these sort of questions.
Yeah. To Carl or not to Carl?
To Carl, not to Carl. Yeah, to TikTok, not to TikTok. I've only used TikTok like 3 times because I want to see what it's all about.
So I downloaded TikTok yesterday. Oh my god, the Chinese one, Douyin, right?
Douyin.
And I also tried the English one.
Oh yeah, I've only tried the English one and the Chinese one. To TikTok, the question is your audience on TikTok?
Yeah.
Are they active on TikTok? Right now, TikTok's not very very popular like e-commerce buying, selling type of platform, but I think it's too early to discredit it as one that's not. I don't know yet, and I might be wrong, of any really, really strong TikTok marketing cases. Do you know any?
So I think Gary Vee actually uses TikTok a lot, right?
He does, because video content is his jam.
Yeah, and I was just looking through, because I was looking through some of those people who worships him, and they actually caught on the trend as well, because Gary Vee was doing it, and they're like, let's TikTok as well. And what I've been reading is that people say this, if you're thinking that the TikTok users are for the younger generation, what's interesting for them, for the States, these are people in the States, they realize a lot of people between 20 to 30s who are using TikTok. And you're gathering a lot of, so this few...
That's what I meant by younger, 20 to 30.
Please. So what's happening is that a lot of them actually, use TikTok, and when they are known in TikTok, when people actually watch the video in TikTok, people actually add them on Instagram after. So to TikTok or not to TikTok, I think it's definitely something that you cannot dispel. In fact, I was reading this report in China. So last time was Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent, right? Today is ByteDance, which is the owner of TikTok. So TikTok actually kind of like bypassed Baidu already, right?
Yeah.
And it's definitely growing. It can only grow bigger for now.
I think right now, TikTok is great for personality marketing.
Yeah.
Like excellent for it. That's why Gary Vee is so strong on it. So if you're building a brand based off personality, right now TikTok is a really, really good place to be.
Yeah. So let's just take one more question, because we have a lot of questions. It's insane.
Today we're active.
Yeah,
Friday
today
night.
is very, very active.
Not going out and partying. Friday.
Is Friday night a perfect time for you guys?
Yeah, maybe we just do it Friday night.
Every time
more
Friday
active
night.
than Tuesday.
Okay. So Rebecca asks, let's just choose hers as the last one.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so Rebecca asks, what are the main difference between the trend of B2B marketing and B2C marketing?
You want to take this first, and I'll go later?
Okay, so I think main difference in terms of trend. I think, so to me, B2B and B2C is really based on the person, right? Who's the person? Because when you say B2C, I'm the one who's using it. But when it comes to B2B, I'm buying it for my entire company to use it. There are a lot more stakeholders. So I think for me, the biggest difference between both of them is the amount of stakeholders that are involved, right? You cannot just sell an accounting. Imagine you sell a HR software. You are friends with the HR manager, and the HR manager say, let's use this. But the entire company just do not like your software. They're just going to, they are just not going to continue on with you. But when it comes to B2C, it's directly towards the person. So, right, I'm using it. If I like it, I use it. So as simple as that. Okay, back to you.
I think specifically for trends in B2B and B2C, it's starting to diverge a little bit. So I fundamentally believe that businesses are still consumers. So because businesses they consist of humans, right? And humans always consume. So I view B2B marketing the same way I would view B2C marketing. But the difference though is the purchase decision and the purchasing decision. B2B marketing, because right now we've got so many tools, so many options, so many services, the purchasing decision is longer and has never been very impulsive. But the funnel itself is actually much more extended. B2C marketing though, we are entering an era of impulse buys.
Yeah,
because,
nice.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how a lot of e-commerce companies make their money, right? The entire purchase decision funnel lasts like 1 to 2 days at most, sometimes 1 to 2 hours. And that's where it really, really differs. As we go on and we move on, and people get more comfortable buying online and buying on e-commerce, that purchase decision time is just going to shorten and shorten and shorten and shorten. And in B2B, yes, we've got more options, we've got a lot more reading material, and as people get more educated about the kind of services they're looking for, that purchase decision actually increases a little bit more. So that's the main difference I see.
Okay, guys, I know that there are a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
Can I just outsource the social media service part to you guys? Okay.
We're not agencies.
Sorry, Lei Gang. We are not agencies. Okay, so I think we probably need to end it like now. But I think one key thing before we end, we need to sell as well, guys. So guys, digital marketing quantum degree is happening on the 9th of December. So do come by, do join us. If you want the on-site one, is 2nd January. One key thing is that when you're here, what happens is that every month we actually have on-site digital marketing meetup for the students, and they get to meet the mentors. You get to meet Xinch, and you get to pick her brain, get more ideas off her brains, right?
Basically, a lot of this Q&A session, but in real life.
Yeah, in real life, and definitely a lot more rewarding and a lot more beneficial. So, so and that is actually only open for our students. So we do hope that you join us. The next one is 9th of December and 2nd January. Okay, I think that's pretty much it, guys. And stay tuned for the next one. I don't know when's the next digital marketing webinar. We would actually have it almost every 2 weeks, right?
Every month.
Every month.
Oh yeah, month with me. One more separately. Yeah.
So every month, in a month there is usually 2 times. One is with her. One is separately with different people who give interesting opinions as well. So do hope to see you again, and thank you so much for staying tuned with us.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Happy Friday.